you know, all these people are, or all these corporations are getting into, I guess, NFTs.
Right. I mean,
Is
makes you
this
wonder if
all,
if they have like utility or simply just because.
yeah, that's what I was saying with the, McDonald's. McDonald's was like doing the McRib NFT, and I was like, that it would be cool if they did like whoever holds that NFT gets like a lifetime supply of McRib. Like you can cash it in for like one McRib a day.
I mean, that would be pretty awesome. I do love the McRib.
I've actually never had the McRib, but
Really? I mean, it's probably like the only thing I would actually go and get.
I might actually need to try it. But we are actually live,
Okay, cool.
so let me actually tweet the stream out as everyone's coming in here and let's talk about the McRib. But yeah, I've never actually tried it, but that's what like you said, like different utilities would be cool. Like if Pepsi or someone, I know Budweiser is doing NFTs. If they had some incentive for like holding it,
You buy it, you get a free beer.
yeah, because it's like you're not gonna be like if you had one beer a day, like that's gonna that's nothing to Budweiser if they gave away one free beer.
I mean,
Let's
yeah.
see.
But times how many, people collected their NFT.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Pepsi. I think they're only doing like 1,900
Oh,
NFTs.
okay. I mean, even like a free Pepsi a month or something, right? Like for the
Yeah,
duration of your ownership would be kind of cool.
yeah, just something. Let's see. All right, I tweeted out the stream. Wait for some people to get in here. But yeah, all right. So we are here with Jay from Super Yeti. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Jay from Super Yeti. I'm one of the I'm one of the founders. Thanks for having me on here. It's pretty exciting.
No, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, we're just we're excited to be part of the NFT community, part of the space, and part of the sandbox. And it's
It's
a lot of
definitely,
cool stuff. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was gonna say it's definitely exciting to be, I guess, so early to what I think is gonna be just an emerging space.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And I mean, we were lucky to get, the plot that we did when we did. I mean, right now it's just seeing the way everything's, moving along. It's pretty crazy. And
yeah. And I'll be asking you about your plot here in a little bit, but before we get into that, just I guess give me like tell me about your project. Like how did you start? And like how many people are working on the project?
yeah, so we have our team of, we have our founders. It was originally five founders. Two of our devs are part of that. We're spread all over the world. We have, a guy in Australia, a guy in the UK. We have people in Germany, Romania. So
All
it's pretty
over.
cool to, yeah, it's pretty awesome to have, like a team that's so spread out, but at the same time so close, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about the NFT space is just bringing people together that usually would never have that like community and that kind of like family vibe or whatever.
Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna say that's like a common thing with people we ask. Like they're stationed all over the place. Like they'll be in 10 different countries and have offices all over the place.
right, and it can be challenging, right? Sometimes getting together, it's like you know the best time for the creator or whatever. It's like 2 a.m. my time, so you just gotta, in order to make stuff work. We just
You gotta make it work.
right, right, but it's fun. It's an awesome space, and we're just happy to be here, honestly.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is definitely
Yeah,
good
but
to be
I
here.
mean, yeah, we kind of started with the creator and I, like, we've known each other for a while. We're essentially like the main people on the project right now. Like the other founders have real lives, real jobs,
Yeah.
real life stuff. So I mean, so do we, but we are like the main group doing stuff. So
Yeah.
uh, we originally met on, believe it or not, on Discord. We got into this whole like just what's it called, like technical analysis thing of trade, just trading stock and crypto, and we just kind of met up. We were all into, it kind of like snowballed into NFTs. We started with crypto, and then started seeing all these little NFT things, and we started looking into it. And we're like, hey, we have a guy that's from Nepal, and like the main creator, he's traveled to Nepal and been to those areas, and he was like, it'd be cool to do like a project that's with Yetis, right? And it just kind of, we started talking about that. It started with the art. It originally was going to be 2D art, but I don't know. At some point, we're just like, what? Maybe we want to do something different, right? We want to do something a little more challenging, and it took a little bit of time, but we have our little Yetis.
Yeah, no, I do. I like the. It's definitely different because in a space where, a lot of people are doing the 2D arts, and then like they usually start with 2D and then kind of go with more of the 3D render.
Right.
I do. I like the way the Yetis look.
Yeah, and I mean it's been challenging, right? Because fur and 3D art it can get really complicated. So
yeah,
but with these characters, we wanted to do something that's kind of all inclusive. You can't, they have no bits, they have nothing. They like that specifies a gender. We wanted to make them friendly. Where a lot of our holders are parents. They're like, my kids love the Yetis. They think they're cute. They think they're awesome, and that's something that we kind of pride ourselves in, right? It's just we just wanted to keep that like family feel to these Yetis.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that's definitely important to be more inclusive to everyone instead of just the degen staying up at 3 a.m. looking for NFTs.
I mean, we do appeal to that a little bit with the snow demon.
Yeah.
That was our most recent like little companion for the Yetis, and unfortunately gas was like absolutely crazy. So not a lot of people could claim their snow demon. So but
yeah, I was reading about those. I saw you guys did that mint like in October.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we had that open insane. for like what was it, like 15 days, and essentially if you didn't get them the first week, then gas was like over 100.
Gas is sometimes in like the 200s in October.
Right. I mean,
there was a couple of projects I was in that was they would do mints like that, and it'd be like 300 for gas, and it was crazy.
Right. I mean, the snow demon claim was basically free plus gas, right? So but even then it's like some people have 10, 15 snow demons, and they're like, all right, well, I can't afford like $2,000 in gas.
yeah no. Oh, do you guys have any plans of like, I guess, moving away from Ethereum ever in the future?
Not we haven't like kind of talked about that specifically, but I mean, I think if there is like a value and like the community finds it, like we could try doing something like that. I don't think we'd be opposed to seeking other stuff. I mean, I see a lot of value in other like chains like Tezos or something, right?
Yeah,
I love Tezos art. I have like my little wallet. I collect a lot of stuff on there. Just, I mean, it's cool. It's affordable. No crazy gas.
And they're, I guess, eco-friendly is another thing they push with that.
I mean, right.
I saw who was it? Ubisoft is doing like Ghost Recon NFTs, and they're running on the Tezos network, and that was their big thing. It's like, oh, it's eco-friendly, so they want all the people coming at them about, Ethereum and the environment. So,
I mean, it is pretty cool.
You got it.
No, like I was just saying, it is like that would be like a huge like selling point on Tezos, right? Just basically, the whole that is more eco-friendly. It's gases and nuts. And that's something that we could definitely look into
until ETH 2.0 comes out in 2030.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see when that comes out.
Yeah. So speaking of the artwork and the Yetis, like who did the artwork for him? Did you mention?
Well, we had, originally we had our artist. We the original 2D artist. He designed the Yetis and whatever, and then we ended up having to hire, just like a colleague that we knew. He's not part of the team officially,
Mm-hmm.
but he helped design the 3D art for these Yetis, and unfortunately he got sick. He ended up hospitalized and stuff, and we couldn't. Yeah, he just couldn't keep up with a lot of the stuff that was going on. That was very challenging in the beginning. As we were dropping the Yetis, and he just wasn't available to, just to kind of mitigate some of the issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But the snow demons were designed by Beto Prado. He's like an amazing artist in Brazil, and he did everything from like the paper drawing to like the 3D design, and it was really cool to see like the little character just come from just basically like, oh, we want, I don't know, like a little goblin little guy, but that's not furry, and just him just putting verbal ideas into paper and then creating these little characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So you guys are working on a game, correct?
Yeah, so it's on Sandbox, right? So I mean, we are trying to make the Yetis to be, I don't know, available in as many experiences as possible, right? That's one of our things. It's like just different forms, different platforms, different, just to give members like different experiences. We have our Sandbox thing. We partner with this project called Faceless Avatars, and they're having like a concert on Somnium, and they helped us create like a little 3D avatar on there with the Yetis, and it's just our thing has always been how many different like metaverses can we get the Yetis in.
Okay, that's cool. So you're not just limited to just one single thing. You're trying to be in all of them.
I mean, yeah, cool. as much as possible. Like, right, we have to be realistic and some of the stuff. I mean, the technology isn't there, and in order for the Yetis to be, to really like embody the character, like you have to have fur, So a lot of it's very difficult. Like on Somnium, like it was either like, oh, we can do painted fur, or we can do just low poly fur, but I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of hard to make them look as like full and like fluffy as we want them to look. And
yeah, same with like Sandbox. You're looking at this monkey right here. Like, the voxels are cool, but it's just hard to give that look of fur.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
the Yetis are.
Yeah. I mean, we have like a really talented voxel artist that, he made our voxel Yeti, and he did a good job like with the face and like the just the shape and stuff, so it's not as like blocky as like, let's say that monkey right there.
Yeah.
Like we just wanted to give a little more dimension, so he's doing our Yeti and our snow demon, and yeah, I mean, we're just slowly grinding, slowly building.
Cool. It's cool. So is there anything like, do you guys have any plans already of like what the game is going to be like? What is it going to be like?
Yeah. So, I mean, so on our Discord, we have, like a lore section. We want, the plot and like the concept, the little game or whatever, just different little activities to be part of that lore.
Yeah.
It would be cool to like integrate the whole story. I mean, if you haven't read the lore, just go to our Discord or check it out. I can give you guys a link or a copy of the lore. But yeah, and same thing on the Sandbox. We do want to give more, like, we don't just want to limit it to like just the game, right? We want to, I don't know, just provide little fun stuff, fun activities. Yeah, so it's not just yeah, I mean, sometimes people don't like to just simply go in there and do like, like a story game, or,
Yeah.
for me, I'm kind of ADD when it comes to games. Like I like to be able to roam around, do whatever I want, whatever I want. And
Uh-huh.
if I just want to like kick stuff around, then that's what I want to do, versus like, eh,
Having to do missions and stuff like that.
right, exactly. I mean, just kind of like what you're doing, right? Just running around and seeing different details, seeing like what you can interact with. And
Yeah. Okay. And so will you have to be, I guess, a Yeti holder to participate in the game?
um, I'm not really sure how, like, the specifics of, like, those aspects of Sandbox, I guess, but I think it would be cool just to kind of give that experience kind of exclusively to Yeti owners. There are a lot of Yetis, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if
You get
it's
the
like
Yetis
something
and then
that,
you get the demons.
right, yeah, and you
Oh.
have the snow demons, and we do have plans for them, for like holders that have, the Yeti and the snow demon. We're working on breeding.
Mhm.
Or we call it incubating, like we just because, with the lore and stuff, it's not,
There's
you,
no
you use
male.
like,
There's no male and females, like you said, right?
right, and it's like, if like, I guess once you read the lore, it makes a little more sense. And the lore, it's like they use this pink crystal to fuel their technology and fuel, incubation. And so basically the only way people will be able to incubate a snow baby will be holding a snow demon and a Yeti.
Yeah.
We're still determining, what the traits are, how the traits are going to, pass on. Is it going to be, we're leaning towards like the levels of the Yeti, and, different rarities of the snow demons. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pretty challenging but cool, process of just coming up with something new.
Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, is there any advantages to breeding like a rare Yeti with like a rare snow demon? Like, are you gonna get like a rare baby, or is it just gonna be completely random? That's what I was
No,
gonna
I
ask.
mean, I think it would be cool to do something like that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like we do have like, just buying NFTs in general, we're all kind of attracted to like the rarity aspect and like the particular traits. So passing that on to, the snow babies would be pretty cool. But it's also, determining how that's gonna happen. I mean, they are very completely characters, very different characters. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like one has fur, one is just kind of smooth. And some of the snow demons have like this cool texture. It's like it looks kind of like lava. Or we have like an ice snow demon. We have diamond. We have a cyborg one. We have a reptilian. I mean, we really went out when it came to like different textures on those little guys.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I was gonna ask, so as far as like, I guess the Yetis and the snow demons, are there any, I guess, utilities for the NFTs now? Because I know like some NFTs offer, different staking and different just different things that they do with the NFTs. Are there any things right now that the Yetis and snow demons can do?
Well, currently we're looking into a lot of those ideas. We like to be careful, right? I mean, this is a
Yeah.
very like new space, and a lot of it is, just unexplored territory. So we want to be like, we don't want to put our members in a situation where, they can be affected negatively.
Yeah.
So we're treading lightly. And as we research more of this, talk to our advisors, and just, I mean, we definitely are. I mean, we do see this all the time, right? And so we definitely are interested in something like that. But from this very moment, not yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand, because everything is, I feel like there's a little bit of a gray area, like legally what some projects are doing.
Right.
And, you know, are they just getting away with it, or is what they're doing like allowed, or are they going to get taken down, off open sea, which obviously you never want to happen because then it's
Right.
like,
And we're also thinking about, about this whole thing a little more long term, right? I mean, if we
yeah,
were to do that immediately, yeah, sure, that'd be cool. But at the same time, we want to, we want Super Yeti to last. We want it to
yeah,
be here for a long time. So we want to make sure we're doing stuff the right way, just because to me, it would be horrible, that we're, our members collect their Yetis. They invest in them. Or they just buy them because they like them. And then, say 2 years down the road, something crazy happens in the space and you have to clear out. Right. And
yep,
I mean,
yeah,
that
that'd be
from the start,
terrible.
that's from the start, that's been one of our things. It's like, we're here to stay regardless of, we're trying to find, just different ways to like stay relevant, different ways to make the Yetis last for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's good. That's good. So you mentioned Sonium. Are you guys doing any other like collabs?
Well, on Somnium Space, not specifically, not outside of like you mean outside of Somnium, or
Yeah,
yeah. So we work pretty closely with Avaverse. I'm not sure if you've heard of them.
I, I
Yeah,
saw I
they have
saw the racing.
yeah. So they have their game on Steam, right? And they have like, I mean, these guys are incredibly talented. They built their space from nothing, and I mean, we've been with them since the very start. And if you're a Yeti holder, you can play with like your Astro Yeti. It gives you like a little body, like the little spacesuit. You can play with
Mhm.
your Yeti there. Um, we have like this cool this cool concept coming up with them. I guess there's a little bit of like alpha news, but so the snow demons have a snowboard, right? Some of the snow demons have this snowboard has a little crystal on it. So these
Mhm.
snowboards will be part of Avaverse in their collection. So if you're, they're going to have like a little NFT of that board. That board it was a pretty cool process to create that board. Um, Olympic swimmer Calvin Justice, he has his own little project called Bitboards, and he's kind of expanding into different stuff.
Mhm.
He created that board for us.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I saw some of his stuff, and he's a really talented guy. And I reached out and I was like, hey, dude, we want something cool, and it'd be awesome if you can help us design something. So, it was pretty awesome to work with him too, and see him, just see like someone that you see simply as like an athlete or something, put his like, artistic side into NFTs too. So it's like I said, we try to kind of spread out as much as we can and kind of involve as many people as possible. That's the whole thing about the space, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. You say he's an Olympic swimmer, but he also he's doing the artwork and stuff for
Yeah.
the
So
boards.
yeah. So he has a so Calvin Justice. Justice is
Mhm.
Justus.
Okay.
But he has, I mean, he has his own little collections. He has like they're called Bitboards. Originally, he
Yeah.
started with I think they're surfboards. So it's like all 3D collectibles with like music and stuff. He has, oh man, they're called crystalloids. They're like these crystal people things. They're pretty. He really is like talented,
Yeah.
and him making that board was, it was a cool process. It's cool to see. Yeah, just to see that board just come out of nothing. Same thing, same thing. It's like, oh yeah, this would be cool. Just put your artistic, you know, views into it, and he just came up with that. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's definitely there's a lot of athletes that are getting into the space, and it is interesting to see the ones that have like that artistic background that I guess you might not really think that they would be artistic, but yeah, it's definitely cool to see that. Um, so we talked about breeding and the fact that it's going to be using potions. I guess I never asked, when do you have like an expected time of when like breeding will be, I guess, thing?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's you know, ideally ASAP, right? But
Yeah.
it is such a challenging thing to come up with like the rarities, and I mean just in general with just any project, right? Just finding the little details that makes every character special. I mean, you don't want them to be repeated, you don't want them to look the same, and
Yeah.
it's like, we want to take in mind different values. Like, is there going to be like, is there something like good about like not breeding your Yeti? So say you have like a really rare Yeti and you don't breed it, will that add value to that Yeti?
Mhm.
Just we want to take in mind all these different aspects of rarity and like use. Like say it's like a pristine Yeti that's never been bred, right? Is that
Yeah.
going to be something, like we want to take in mind, is that going to be something special to that Yeti, or is it just going to be that you can breed whatever? And also we don't want to make the same mistake as crypto kitties, where they just kind of, just reproduced indefinitely. And then there's
A
just,
big supply.
right. I mean, it's not, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, like there's a rarity aspect of that. So,
Yeah. All
so
right.
we don't have like a specific timeline for that. It is
Yeah.
coming, but
You don't want to
just
rush it.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our thing. For us, it's a marathon, not a race.
Hmm.
So, or not, yeah, not like a sprint. So we want to take our time, do stuff right. I mean, I know that it seems counterintuitive in the space because it moves so fast,
Hmm.
but in the same way, by taking our time, we can kind of, learn from other people, like, their mistakes, or what works, what doesn't.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like that's one of the things. Well, I think that's just like one of the problems right now with I guess the NFT space is a lot of the buyers are flippers. They're just looking
Right.
to flip. So they come in, they mint it, and they're like, all right, yo, where's the game? Like, when can we do this? When, like, this should be done next week. And it's like, the projects are working to build for 2, 3, 4 years down the line, and you have people that are like complaining because stuff's not done in a week. And it's like, why do you really want something done in a week? Why do you want it done in a week?
Right. I mean, that is like something that, excuse me, that we've encountered since we dropped. Like, like people are like, okay, when can we get the files for the 3D stuff? And it's like, well, I mean, we want people to have, that be able to use your Yetis and stuff, and we also have to develop a character that, people can actually use. So we have to, reduce the number of like polygons and stuff, and it's been
Hmm.
challenging. Those are coming up, by the way, so we will be releasing those files here pretty soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in terms to like when game, when whatever, and it's, I mean, could anyone really just pump out like a simple game that does whatever? Yeah, but we do want to implement the lore. We do want to make it special, right? Because then
Yeah.
you just have your basic. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what makes the Yetis a little different, is that we want them to be unique. We want the experience to be unique, and that's
Hmm.
always been our thing. But
Yeah.
it is a little, it is, it's fun, and it's also, it's
Frustrating.
challenging. Yeah, I mean, it's challenging to overcome some of those like feelings that you get, that you're like, I mean, we wish we could go a lot faster and that we could do whatever, but we're
Yeah.
it's just everything's so new, and then trying to work with the limitations of like Sandbox and stuff. Like a cool
Hmm.
racing game would be, racing games, stuff like that would be awesome, but they don't have that yet,
Hmm.
right? Or kind of like the physics of the platform itself. It's just, I mean, we stay in contact with their team as they're developing more, and so we are taking our time with that also.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, because you guys, I mean, like you said, you're primarily developing within the sandbox, and I mean, the sandbox is still in alpha, so there's
Right.
there's a lot of limitations to like what you can do. Um,
Exactly.
but I do think people sometimes overlook the value of being in projects that have land on Sandbox, and 5 years from now, like what is like the development of the Sandbox going to be, and like how valuable will the projects that are building in Sandbox be? So that kind of moves me to the next question is, so like what are you guys doing right now within what you guys call the Yeti verse?
Well, so so we have like a 6x6 plot, right, on Sandbox.
Yeah,
Um,
huge land,
so
by the way.
yeah, I mean, like I said, we got in at a good time.
Yeah.
um, so a lot of it is like, timing and luck, but some of it is just, like we debated at the time, like, because we had to bid for it. We had to do, just how anybody else buys plots, right? We didn't get like special treatment or anything.
Yeah.
But our plans are to create this Yeti castle. So we want to
Yeti
do,
Castle.
yeah, I mean, just like I said, once you get into the lore, you'll kind of understand the whole aspect of lore is that, Yetis can have like technology. They have, they're actually like these nice critters or whatever. And the snow demons are actually the ones that basically run everything. The Yetis are just friendly, nice guys. The little snow demons are a little more mischievous. So both will be on. We want to make it to where both characters will be in the sandbox. Will be in the environment. So
Yeah.
obviously being like Yetis, we want them to have a snowy place. We're thinking like a Yeti castle with all these, just kind of showing their technology, their little like maybe a little village or something. Yeah, I mean that's also been pretty cool too, just working with game designers and how we're going to implement the story into the game and the mini games and just have little fun Easter eggs laying around.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I will say, I mean, you keep mentioning the lore. Anyone that is watching, uh, make sure you guys join the Super Yeti Discord. Go read the lore about the Super Yetis. Also make sure you guys are following Super Yeti on Twitter, and make sure you're following the stream. Follow the SandStorm meetup, and follow SandStorm on Twitter as well. So it is cool that you guys have like, you have a story behind the Yetis, because a lot of people just put out NFTs and there's no like there's no lore behind it. So I like the fact that you guys have a lore, because that kind of opens up for so much different stuff in the future that you guys could do with the Yetis. Oh, yeah, staying on the topic of Sandbox and the Yeti verse, is there anyone that you guys are working with? Oh wait, hello? I think we lost him. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back?
Yeah, there we go. I got rugged.
Oh no, yeah, I was like, I was saying that, yeah, I like that you guys, you have the lore behind the Yetis, and it gives that story, because a lot of NFTs don't really have that lore to it and like a story behind it. And I think when you have that, it just opens up so many more possibilities for the future of like stuff that you can create around it.
Right. So I mean, I actually wrote the lore. I liked, the whole story of the Yetis, and I wanted to do something different, right? Like we just hear of like the Yeti that says this, I don't know, this elusive creature, and it's kind of scary. So I wanted to bring that into, I don't know, just like a fictional, like whatever, and kind of, I don't know, sort of explain why they look scary, and how come our NFTs look so like happy and and friendly and stuff. Also with like bringing the snow demons. I mean, it's been a trip, just coming up with this whole, I don't know, just a different like perception, different. And I also wanted to be respectful towards, the cultural beliefs of the Yeti, because it does revolve around Nepalese culture, right? So we wanted to be respectful with that. And I made sure, I contacted people, I got different opinions, and made sure it was good, no one got offended, that it's a positive spin on Yetis, and that it makes sense, right? You want the story to make sense.
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that also was like a really cool experience. That's not something that you get to do on a daily basis, right? It's just create a character and then be like, okay, so why are they here?
Yeah. And then contacting people asking about Yetis, and I mean, it's cool you did that as well, you know, like just making sure you're not, offending anyone with the
Right.
story
I
of the
mean,
Yetis.
exactly. That's something, that we're very careful with. We want to be respectful. We want to be kind to people. We want to, just be as inclusive as possible. So yeah, I mean, communication at times was difficult, but we made it work.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I did see that you guys are you've done how so you've donated 10 Ethereum so far to charity, and you plan on donating a
Yes.
total of 50.
Yeah. So we still have, a couple donations left.
Mm-hmm.
So we're donating to like grassroots projects, that to help combat human trafficking. I mean, that's a huge thing over there for some reason, and
Yeah.
that's something that the creator was really big on, and it's challenging because a lot of these organizations don't have the technology, or they don't have the know-how how to create these wallets. So we kind of have to, contact them, walk them through the process, try to figure all this stuff out. And it is very challenging. I mean, it's very time consuming sometimes, and the disconnect is, it's
It's
a whole
hard.
different, right. I mean, it's yeah, we're talking about, some very small organizations, and
Mm.
and yeah, and we don't want to put them in a situation that jeopardizes them. So we have to,
Mhm.
just go through all these hoops to make it like a transparent donation, and
Mhm.
in a way that they can actually use it, right.
Yeah. That is a good cause though. I mean, human trafficking, I feel like is even big here. Like even, I live in Kentucky, and like I hear stories all the time of human trafficking, and I feel like I don't know if it's on the uprise or it's just because of social media and stuff, you just hear about it more, but people be talking about it in my town, like, oh, these kids were taken, and like this guy's been caught, and I'm just like, I didn't even know all this stuff was going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm in Colorado, and here, there's a huge problem with that also. People literally just drive by in a van and just, just
Yep.
push a pedestrian in the van and then never to be heard from. And
Yeah.
that's something that, it's scary, right? And helping, I mean, it's not only about like, helping fight that, but also helping those victims like get back into like a real life, or into
Hmm.
reality, right? A lot of them just, if they do make it out of there, then they're accustomed to,
Traumatized.
yeah, I mean, they're traumatized. They don't know how to interact anymore. And sometimes there's so much fear in the victims that they don't, that they go back.
Yep.
Like they willingly go back, and it's just because they don't know anything else, right? It's So I mean, a lot of resources are needed to help these people, like, like move forward and get away from that, and put them in a safe space. There's I have friends that work for for like the forensic units here in the hospitals, and they've seen a lot of that, right? And it's saddening to see, little kids being put into, you know, these situations that they shouldn't be in.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. So that is good. You guys are donating to a good cause. I like that. I think when you did get rugged out of the stream, I had asked about more about your guys's your Yetiverse build. I know before stream had started, you and Slade had kind of talked about uh builders and stuff. Are you guys working with any builders to help you guys develop your 6x6 plot?
Yeah. So currently we're trying to do, we want to do something different that's unique to the Yeti. So we do have like a couple builders. We have a couple designers, like just asset designers. The Yeti is, like I told you, he's different than most of your voxelized characters.
Mhm.
The main plot builder, I mean, he just kind of works by himself, has his small team, but he's not, he's not like he's not like a company or something. Like we didn't,
Yeah.
and it is cool to see, I don't know, to see someone with like so much potential that, maybe may not have had the exposure, right? Or the possibility to help build something like this without being part of like a bigger organization. So, I mean, yeah, this whole thing is for us, it is about, I don't know, helping people. Like we like to promote projects and stuff. We like to do collaborations. We like to, help other people just come into the space too. Right.
Mhm. That is good. That is good. Because I mean, 6x6 is a big plot of land for one guy to be
Oh
building
yeah.
on.
I mean, yeah, the main Yeti castle is definitely not that big. We're doing it on a 2x2, right? We want to leave the open space to, spread out in the future, do different stuff. Especially as, as we've talked about, Sandbox is just in its initial stages. So, in the future, there might be a lot more things that we can come into. And if we just kind of, overpopulated our plot, then we just kind of, we wasted the space.
Yeah, it doesn't leave much room to do different stuff in the future.
Right. So this, I mean, even like a 2x2, like you would, I'm not sure how big this hub thing is right now, but I mean, it's pretty big. It's just.
I want to say
Probably,
this might be. I know Slade can answer that for sure, but I want to say this is a 2x2. I know that the land is definitely a lot bigger than like what you would think.
right. Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
we see it on the screen. We're like, hey, it just,
Oh, this is a
squares.
1x1. This is a
Oh, it's a
1x1.
1x1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the main Yeti castle and, the hub thing, the meeting area, it's on a 2x2. So we're going to fill that out. It's going to have different layers, obviously it's going to have mountains,
Mhm.
this castle, and we want to do like little tunnels, different, just like where you can kind of run around, like find different interesting things. And as like as Sandbox develops, we want to, I don't know if there is going to be some way to transport to another piece of the plot or something like that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
we do.
that's another thing. It's just an alpha, so no one really knows like what Sandbox is gonna do.
Exactly. So we don't want to just, like I said, we don't just want to like just crowd it with the main thing, and then you can't do anything. Then you're just stuck with one design, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of our thing as of right now. He's, our builder's just working on there. We have our little asset creators. Yeah, we're slowly just grinding, just making this little Yetiverse into a reality.
I like it. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you can build upwards. I forget the height, but you can build pretty high and you can build below the ground as well. So there's a lot of room to do a lot of things in the sandbox.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's something that we want to that we've taken in mind, right? It's just we want to kind of, especially with the castle, we want it to like take up as much space, like airspace, and yeah, the you can build underground. You can make tunnels. You can do different little rooms, different spaces. So those are all little things that we're keeping in mind.
I'm excited to see that. If anyone in the chat has any questions, feel free to ask. I know MMX is wondering how people are walking on nothing and how do they get off the boundary of land. I don't know. We were trying to figure that out as well because this guy is just floating. I was trying to follow some dude to bother him, and he ran through the wall like he was Harry Potter. So I'm not really sure.
Is that like a glitch or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure if like these guys are. This guy's coming back down into the land. I don't know how he's doing that.
Maybe it's like a feature. Maybe now you can fly.
Look, this guy just walked on an invisible staircase. It's not like he fell, and he just ran through the wall. See, I don't know if they're not even in the hub and it's like glitching out or what's going on, but here comes again. I don't know. But I mean, that just shows you how early Sandbox is in development and just
Right.
a lot to come.
It would be cool to have that, right? Where you can just kind of just ghost through buildings. Look at that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be cool, like in the future, to be able to see like the land that's built next door.
Oh
and
yeah.
have gateways and portals to like, I guess, to fast travel to other lands.
Right. Or different like areas of like the main plot or something. That's
Yeah.
one of our things. It's like if we build this, this castle and I don't know, we want to do, I don't know, just anything else somewhere else. Like, will we be able to connect from the castle to that other area in the plot?
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, it is really cool. I mean, it's cool to see all this like develop.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I guess going forward, what can people expect like in the next few months with
Well,
the
we have
Yetis?
Sandstorm or not Sandstorm, Sandbox game. Our little plot, our castle, breeding. And we're like I said, we're looking for other ways to bring the Yetis into different experiences. So we have our Avaverse people. Actually, on Sunday, Faceless Avatars is hosting an EDM concert on Somnium.
Okay.
I'll be there. I'll be there with my little Yeti character. So if you go check them out, they're doing this giveaway for tickets to get in. It's going to be cool. So for
You'd
the
be able
next
to
couple months.
go, like, say if I owned a Yeti, would I be able to go to that concert with my Yeti?
No, so Somnium is also developing, right?
Yeah.
Unless like you would have to give someone access to your account so they can upload the character for you.
Yeah.
But it's right now it's just basically one Yeti style. We're working on it. We're trying to figure that out. How it depends on their development also. So I might just be the only Yeti, but Yetis are invited. Yeti
Okay.
holders. Um, we are one of their main sponsors and partners. So it's check them out. They're a really cool group of guys. They're incredibly talented. Also, their characters are a lot of the stuff that you can do on Somnium is pretty incredible.
Mhm.
Their designs are like you have like a galaxy design and it's like I don't know, it's like 3D like moves and it looks like you can go through it. I don't know. It's awesome. And it's a VR experience, right? You can use your character in VR. So
Oh, okay. So everyone are you going to be using VR at the concert?
if I can figure out how to link my goggle things to to like my computer, yes.
Yeah.
But if you have a PC, you can also just go on there and interact like this. But
Mhm.
from what I've been told, the best way to experience it is in VR.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be cool. Little concert, EDM concert. And I just think, I mean, there's so much different possibilities with NFTs and metaverses and in concerts. I know Snoop Dogg is doing stuff within Sandbox and he's going to have some
Right.
concerts and stuff. So it'll be cool to
And
see what people do.
yeah, that will be cool to see Snoop Dogg in Voxel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome to see. I don't know, with this whole like global pandemic thing, how we've managed to find these different ways to still experience cool stuff.
Yep.
It's
I mean,
definitely a trip.
yep, it is. We're definitely moving way more into a digital world than a lot of people expect. This guy's on the ground. All right, dude. Well, I said, if there's anyone that has any questions in the chat, I mean, I've pretty much, I guess, run through just about any questions that I have. I do see that Lorzen Fukum said, "Child trafficking survivor, thank you for doing the good work." So
Oh,
it's
that's
always
awesome.
awesome to see.
That's cool. Yeah, we're trying to we're trying to do our part. That's all we can do, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh, let's see. Yeah, like I said, I mean that's pretty much it for me. I mean, if you have any last things that you would like to say, I guess to any of the Yetis watching or any of
No,
the future Yetis watching.
I'm excited that that you guys had me here, that you allowed me to come on here, chat around, watch you run around on Sandbox. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We are gonna have that little giveaway, right?
Oh yes, I forgot. Yeah, they're going to
so
be
we're
doing
gonna,
a giveaway on Twitter.
right.
If
So
you want to say,
yeah, with you guys, you know, we're having that. I guess you guys will post that. We'll do a Yeti and a snow demon. So
right.
whomever wins will get a Yeti and a snow demon. So I mean, you know, like I said, thank you so much for having me here. You know, it was a really cool experience, and just, you know.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on. It's always good to chat. Like you said, you know, bringing people together in the NFT space, and also, I guess, onboarding new people into the NFT space. I mean, this is what this is all about.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No. And it's cool that you guys are doing this. I mean, a lot of times, you know, I mean, there are so many projects too, right? That like we kind of we overlook so many things, and people like that. You know, you hear something about a project, but you don't know about it, and you know, holding these I guess like interviews and stuff gives you, you know, just a deeper understanding of what a project is doing. Because a lot of the times, especially with us, you know, being that we're anonymous, it kind of scares people in a way, right? But you know, we've been here since the start, and we're gonna be here till the end. So you know, we're human. We're not, you know, we're not here to do anything crazy. We're just we just want to be part of it all.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So, like we mentioned, going to be giving away a Super Yeti and a Snow Demon. All you have to do is go to the SandStorm Twitter, and then you'll have to follow Super Yeti and follow SandStorm. Probably like and retweet, do all that stuff, and it'll be announced on Twitter. I'm sure Slate will figure all that stuff out, because he said he loves running giveaways.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you know, thank you so much for having me. I do have to run. It's
Yeah, no,
clean
thank
up
you for
some
coming
snow
on. Yeah, go clean up some snow. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you once again for coming on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
All right. Well,